Hanah Tetro is here with me on Strong Women Live today, and we're just checking to make sure that everything works really, really well because we've tried it before now and it did not work.
Now
So,
we're live.
so now we're live. Perfect. So sometimes it works and sometimes it
Right.
doesn't. So, hi. Let me tell you a little bit about why we are doing these Facebook Live videos. And the reason is that it's an opportunity for me to be able to show off a lot of the entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs in Israel who are working hard at building their own businesses. It's a lot scarier and a lot harder to do than working for somebody else. There are financial risks and there are a lot of mindset issues that you have to get through to be able to work, especially at the very, very beginning when you're just on your own. And everybody has to start from someplace, and the beginning is the hardest part, I think, and then it just continues to be hard, right? Kind of goes up and down and up and down. Hopefully, it goes up, down, and up. It keeps going up higher, but it's always hard. So let's. This is my chance to introduce you. So this is Hanah Tetro. She has her own business. She's a cosmetician.
Well, in American English, it's esthetician. Okay. British English, I think they say facialist. So okay. It's I'm a skincare expert, and I do facials, skincare expertise, advice. I actually write articles in English. I have my own blog. I write for About.com, which is one of the biggest American websites. I write their skincare articles, and I also do waxing and pedicures. But my main thing is anything that has to do with the skin.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about you, and then we'll get really into the depth of your business. Right. So how long have you been in Israel for, and where did you come from?
So I'm from the Chicago area originally. I've been in Israel almost 13 years, but not consecutively. Okay. I was here for 8.5 years. During that time, I met my husband, who's Israeli. And after we got married, the way I remember the story, when he sees this, I'm sure he'll have his own opinion. But right after we got married, he said to me he wanted to live and work in the United States. And I said, no. I live here. I've made out this huge effort to be as Israeli as I'm going to be. I learned Hebrew. I work in Hebrew. This is my life. And a year later, we moved back to the United States. And we were there for 6 years. And almost 5 years ago, we moved back to Israel. And everyone always thinks that I made him move back, which isn't true, and move back to the United States. Right. I didn't want to leave, and I'm the one who made us come back here.
Right. So that's oftentimes the case. It's so hard to have a mix like that. Mm-hmm. Some people, especially, it's hard to, Americans to be married to Israel. It's very complicated, and then you have a whole geographical part to it that everybody is constantly fighting. You take Israelis there, and sometimes they're very, very happy, and sometimes they're very lonely. It's a huge mix. The kids are mixed up. I mean, it's not a simple thing to work through, and I think all of us battle with that, right. and it kind of never ends, really, right? It doesn't matter where you are, just so you know.
I know. Well, someone's always going to be the outsider.
Yes.
So here, you know how it is. No matter how long you're going to live here, this even happened to me yesterday. Someone said to me, "Oh, you're a new immigrant." I said, And she said, "I mean, an old immigrant." And I said, "Okay, you're always going to be native-born Israelis are going to hear your accent when you speak Hebrew, no matter how well you speak Hebrew, and they're going to say something about it. They're going to look at you differently." And it was interesting though for him to be there. My husband speaks English very, very well, but he has an accent. So every time we go to a restaurant, I remember this very clearly. He would say, "I want a Coke." And almost every time the waiter or the waitress would pause, and then he'd say, "Oh, you want a Coke?"
And it's exactly what he just said.
Right. Yeah. But so I think he experienced living there what I experienced living here. So maybe that's a little bit helpful. But it's nice to know that this will never go away. No, there's also the issue that you're far away from your family, my family. So that brings up that's a whole nother thing that you don't have to deal with if two Israelis are married to each other or something. Right.
So you have. You don't have any family here other than your husband's family?
No, I actually do. My mom's younger sister made Aliyah over 40 years ago, but she doesn't live near me. She lives near Beersheba, and I have 3 cousins. 2 are in Tel Aviv, and 1's up north. So I do a family here, and that helps. My aunt always takes care of me, even when I don't live close to her. So I do have that if I need it. Yeah,
that's very helpful. So. Okay, so let's talk about being an esthetician. How did you choose? Why did you go into this field?
Well, first of all, I studied art history. So there's,
Art history.
yeah. So there's no work in art history. So I had to find another career. No, I love art history, but there's literally no work.
Right.
So,
I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to relate it somehow. So it's. I'm not. I'm not building any bridges here. Right?
well, the only way it relates is that the only thing I can think of that relates is when you study art history, you have to train your eye to look at art. Okay. To understand what you're looking at, and that helps me when I'm looking at someone's skin. Okay. So, right. It's the only thing I've ever been able to think of. So what happened was I studied art history. I even got a master's in art history. So
you love it,
right? But I was completely unqualified to do anything. I did a lot of administrative jobs that I really didn't like. I was very miserable. I couldn't find my path. And I always had an obsession with my skin because when I was 15, I had really bad acne. And I actually was given Accutane, which is the strongest acne medicine there is, which is the pills. If anyone's ever taken them, they're pills. They can do, there's a lot of controversy over it, but it's the strongest acne medicine you can get. And after that, it cleared up my skin, but I was obsessed with my skin. And actually, after we left Israel, we moved to North Carolina. When we left Israel after we got married, a year after we got married, and I didn't have a job, and I was looking for a job, and I was all on my own. I didn't have any friends, and I started to go to this spa across the street from where I lived, and I really connected with the esthetician. She was helping with my skin. I wanted to take my skincare seriously, and I would ask her a million questions. And finally, one day, she said to me, she knew my story. She knew I was looking for a job. And she said, why don't you become an esthetician? I said, me? An esthetician? No.
I have a master's in art history.
Right, exactly. A year later, fast forward a year later, we left North Carolina. I was pregnant. We moved to Chicago. I had my son. And the whole time this idea is sitting, and I'm the kind of person who thinks he needs to sit and sit and sit. And when our son was about 6 months old, I went to my husband. I said, I'm going to be an esthetician.
Is he surprised or not? Probably not.
Not that my parent, I think my dad to this day, I'm not sure if he knows what I do.
I paid for 6 years of college.
You paid for my master's. Also, I should add my parents are both mathematicians. Oh. So to go and to do something like this is very foreign, different. So I went back to school. I went to school when my son was 6 months old, and it took me a year to become an esthetician. And I fell in love with it. I realized I was on the right path, that I loved skincare. I loved helping people. I'd always kind of wanted to look for a job where I would always be learning something new and I would be able to help people. And when you're an esthetician, you get to do both because there's always something new to learn when it comes to skincare and the world of beauty. And you really do get to help people feel better about themselves and look better and be happy.
Where's your clinic?
In my home in Kfar Saba. Okay. And I see people there. I have a room which is, I got to paint purple.
It's your space.
It's my space.
You know, it's so important to have your own space. It's like my space here at WeWork. I love this tiny, tiny office. I always talk about it because I've really fallen in love with these little, it's a tiny space. But it's mine and I can do whatever I want. I think it's important for people to be proud and enjoy and have a dedicated space from where they're working from.
Right. I don't let the kids in there. Yeah. I don't let the dog in there. I don't want anyone in there. It's my space. Close the door. It's my sanctuary. When I'm in there, I don't, with the client, I forget what's going on outside in the rest of the house. And it's really wonderful.
Okay, so I know that you've specialized also in oncological aesthetics. Right. So how did you get to do that? And what does that mean? And how is it that you're helping people with cancer?
So oncology aesthetics is an international field that's been around for over a decade. They teach in the United States, in Italy, in Brazil, and now I'm going to start teaching estheticians here in Israel. With we're planning a workshop through the Oncology Training International, which is the international organization that I train through. So when I was in aesthetics school, they told us that when we were done and we got our license in the United States, you need a license to be an esthetician, we could volunteer for the American Cancer Society. They have a program called Look Good, Feel Better, where estheticians or cosmetologists with their hair people or nail techs can come and it's sort of like a lecture, interactive afternoon, couple hours with cancer patients, telling them about skincare and nail care and helping them put on makeup because when you look good, you feel better.
So what special problems do they have? These are problems from chemotherapy, I'm assuming, right? So what special problems do they have with their skins?
Right. So one of the main, I'm talking in general because everything's very individual. Okay. But with chemo, mainly you'll get very, very, very dry skin, dry lips. Your nails can change color. Your cuticles can crack and bleed. Your skin becomes dehydrated. And also if you've lost your hair or your eyebrows because of chemo, that your scalp is going to be very tender and delicate. So you really need to know how to take care of all your skin. One thing an esthetician also can do is teach you how to draw your eyebrows back on, because once your eyebrows are gone, you really look completely different. And you can feel, looking in the mirror can be very painful on an emotional level. So even that small thing about drawing your eyebrows back on. Oncology aesthetics can be anything from helping you figure out what cream you need in order to get rid of the dryness in your skin, to safely giving someone a facial while they're undergoing chemotherapy, because there's a lot of things that you can't do. In a way, it's knowing what you can't do as opposed to knowing what you can do when you're helping a cancer patient, and giving them that support that they need that has nothing to do with the doctor and the hospital and the nurse, nurturing this person in a different way. Radiation can cause burns on the skin, so of course an esthetician can help with the right product to heal the skin.
That's a fantastic service. And I think, I mean, as you say, it's from all directions. It's not just from the, technically taking care of the skin, although that it is, but it's really giving them a boost of a good feeling and looking better. And we all like to look as the best that we can, right? Especially if you're sick or going through that difficult time. So how often, let's say a regular, like a person who's not coming to you for, when they're going through chemo, how often would a person come to see you?
Okay. So I get asked that question a lot. Okay. So if your skin's normal, you have no specific problem, you should come 4 times a year, which is when the seasons change, because the weather greatly affects our skin. So come and get your skin professionally cleaned, exfoliated. Massage is great for the skin. You can do it yourself every day too, to yourself. Really? Yeah. You should.
Really?
Yeah.
Like massage your own skin?
Yeah. Well, more gently than you can be gentle.
Okay. I'm sorry. All right. I've never heard of that before.
No, because what it's doing is the blood is circulating, which is great for your skin.
Okay, no, this makes sense. I'm not really laughing. I mean, it seems funny, but I'm not really laughing. What you're saying is just, I can't imagine.
So, actually, people are always shocked by this. I mean, I have a very long skincare routine, but you don't have to have great skin. You don't need a long skincare routine. But in Korea and in Japan, they're obsessed with their skin.
They have fantastic skin.
Exactly. And they do like 10 or 12 steps each day.
But I thought they were born with fantastic skin, and genetically they have incredible skin. Because the men also, but the men also have fantastic skin.
All right, so the men take their skincare as seriously as the women. The men in Korea wear makeup. It's okay in society for them to wear makeup. And families have an esthetician. They will take children to an esthetician to put on cream and to massage their face. They're going to teach them from a very young age how to care for them, and they stay out of the sun. They stay out of the sun. You might have seen, there's really scary pictures, you can Google it, of Chinese women who are covered, literally, the only thing you see is their eyes. They're at the beach, and they're covered from head to toe because they don't want the sun to touch their skin.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably smart. But, okay.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
No, I guess it's kind of extreme, but in Australia, people in Australia will do the same. They're very careful. Right, they go from one extreme to the other. There's some people who love the sun, right, and the others who are extremely careful, and they put zinc on their faces, and of course wear long bathing suits and all that.
Right. So the sun is actually your number one thing that's aging your skin. So using sunscreen every single day is important. And I hear all the time, I'm just getting in the car, driving 5 minutes. That 5 minutes cumulative sun damage is going to show up in the end on your face. Even if it's hard for me sometimes to explain to someone who's 16, you need to wear sunscreen now because you're going to thank me when you're 40. But that's what's happening, is this cumulative sun damage. And of course, the extreme, of course, is skin cancer. And the rates of skin cancer are just rising worldwide. So you also need to protect yourself from that.
Okay, so I have a confession, a skincare confession. All right, I've been to an esthetician, as you say, once, ever. I think. All right, so that's me. All right, so and also yes, I like the sun, and yes, I do sport. I do put sunscreen on my face, and I have sunscreen I put every day. It's part of my regular face cream, so I do that. But you're right. So the results are here. So Hanah has brought here to my tiny little office a whole bunch of skincare products for old ladies, so who don't take care of their skin. So I don't know. You're gonna have to show it to the.
Right.
So
I'm not good.
Okay, so let's see what you have.
Okay, so there's a little bit of glare. Right. Anyhow, I'll explain. This is moisturizer with peptides.
What are peptides?
All right, exactly. Peptides are a chain of amino acids that can rebuild collagen in your skin. So if you
really
yes. Over time.
This is my thing. Is that I don't believe in any of this. I'm sorry.
No. There's a lot of marketing. There's a lot of marketing BS when it comes to skincare products. Right. And skincare companies are very, very good at phrasing things to sound like they're a miracle. And they'll stick an ingredient in something and say, even though there's no studies behind it, and say this is the next great ingredient, right. Because the skincare business is $1 billion business. So everyone wants a piece of that. And so everyone's trying to come up with the newest thing. So it's true. It's hard to know what to believe and what not to believe. That's why you should go see. Everyone go see an expert. Yeah.
So it's not like buy the cream. I use the same cream that I can buy like a liter bottle of. I just care if it has a pump or not. As long as it has a pump, I put it everywhere, including my face and my This is what I'm doing.
So I would suggest how you need stuff. Your face, neck, and décolleté, or chest are different than the skin on the rest of your body. Okay. So there's another thing to keep in mind. It takes hundreds of dollars to prevent, but it takes thousands of dollars or shekels to correct. Yes. So investing, even if it does seem like a lot of money, investing in your skin is always better than trying to correct the damage afterwards. So peptides are a chain of amino acids. Now, different peptides do different things, but they're kind of like a signal when they reach the right place in the skin cell. And for instance, there are peptides that tell the skin to produce more collagen. So they're going to make your skin plumper, and they're going to smooth out wrinkles. Now, they take time to work. There are also peptides that are sort of like Botox, so they're better for the forehead because they're going to smooth.
What are those called? I think I saw something. Do you know what the names are? The specific name?
There's one called Matrixyl that's pretty famous. Oh, okay. There are different names for different peptides, and they're always coming up with new ones too. And your number. So besides sunscreen and peptides are great for anti-aging, you need retinol. Okay. Now, retinol is a derivative of vitamin A. It was first started to be used in skincare in the late 60s, 70s for acne, because it's great for acne. And then what happened was the patients who were in the study with these 2 dermatologists in the United States came back and said, you know what, I don't have any wrinkles anymore. It smooths my skin. Not only is my acne gone, my skin is smooth. So they realized that the vitamin A does a lot more than just clear up acne. It's what's called a skin cell normalizer. So it's going to bring all those plump new skin cells up to the surface and help get rid of those old, dull skin cells.
Okay, so this cream with the peptides is for any age group, or say I'm 50, right? Yeah. So this is for anybody. It doesn't matter if you're 20 or 50 or 30 or.
For here, I'll put it.
Are you gonna put it on me? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Am I gonna say like the difference between the two sides?
I wish.
No, I know. Okay. I wish too. It smells good.
Yeah, it does.
This is. Did you make? You don't make this, do you?
No, this is it's actually an Israeli company that I work with. Okay. Yeah.
Feels good.
Yeah. So, 20-year-old peptides are probably not something a 20-year-old needs. A 20-year-old needs sunscreen.
It smells really nice.
Yeah, you can have some more in your hand.
Oh, good. You're right. So you're right. Yeah. So this area where I imagine I'll be getting age spots pretty soon.
Right. That's another people always forget. They concentrate here. They forget their neck, their chest, and their hands. And then your hands end up showing. Your hands and your neck show your real age.
That's what they say. That's what Joan Rivers always said.
Joan Rivers I loved Joan Rivers. She went to one extreme. Yeah. We don't all have to be as extreme as her, but yeah. So peptides are probably not something that a 20-year-old needs, but once you get into your 30s, it's definitely something that you can look into using, and you should start using them in your 30s because it's preventative.
Okay, so can I ask you, so I can get a cream that has peptides and sunscreen? Like,
no, usually they're separate. But
so
in your
first put the sunscreen?
Okay. So wash your face.
Okay.
And so everyone needs 4 products.
All right.
A cleanser, an exfoliator,
Okay.
a moisturizer, and a sunscreen. 4 things.
Okay.
Now you can keep adding and adding and adding like I do. I have a lot of steps to the point where some mornings I'm like, did I forget something? But you can add something like I brought you actually a little gift. This is rose hip oil.
Okay.
So this is for you. And I brought this for you because anti-aging. So rose hip has, first of all, it's moisturizing, but it's hydrating, but it's a light hydrator, so it absorbs quickly into your skin. It gives you a little bit of a glow, not a shine, a glow.
I want to glow.
Okay.
I'm happy to glow without getting pregnant.
It has essential fatty acids, which your skin needs in order to be healthy. And rose hip is also, you'll find in a lot of skincare products because it has anti-aging properties. So what's great about, so for instance, now that it's winter and your skin's going to be drier, you can put on your moisturizer and add 1 or 2 or 3 drops of rose hip oil over and have that nice glow on your face.
Okay, so I put first I wash and then I exfoliate somehow, which I guess that's the stuff with the bumps in it, right?
Okay.
I mean, like really.
No. Okay. In the morning, first we'll do morning wash. Then you moisturize. I'm doing basic.
Yes.
Moisturize.
Right.
Moisturizer, and if you can add your oil on top, and then sunscreen. You're done. Then makeup. Okay. You're done. 4 things in the morning. That you want to exfoliate in the evening. Okay. So in your case, I would suggest a retinol in the evening. Yeah. Wash your face, retinol, moisturizer on top, go to bed. 3 things.
Retinol is the exfoliator?
Retinol will do. You don't need some. If you over exfoliate, your skin's just going to be a mess and red and irritated. You don't. Some people go overboard. Some people think if it doesn't burn, if my skin doesn't peel, it's not working. But actually, I used to be like that. I used to think, oh, the more the better. And I've totally moved away to a different skincare philosophy, which is slow and gentle, and you need a lot of patience. The changes come to your skin. We all need patience.
Okay. All right. Okay, patience is not my forte, but I'm going to do what you said because thank you. It was nice of you. Yeah. I've never done it. This looks something like something manageable, so I will do this. All right.
Put it on your finger.
Okay.
And then,
is that part of the massage?
Well, that could be part of the massage. So if you look up like Korean skincare, they're seriously going like this.
I don't know. Whatever they're doing, it's working. I think that the sun thing is really the biggest factor for taking care of your skin. What else have you brought?
Okay, so I also wanted to talk about how to do things easier. Yes. So what I actually
Easier
brought, and it's hard to see. It's a foot cream. Okay, it's a foot cream, but I wanted to show it to you not as a foot cream. It's a great foot cream. It also smells like oranges and it's pink, which is fun.
All right. It smells good.
Yeah, but you can use it as a hand cream.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's
I walk through my hand sometimes. It's
so it's very
I'd like to be able
thick.
to.
So a little bit goes a long way.
Okay, hold this.
Right. A little bit goes a long way. And you could, since it's thick, you could put it on right before bed. Okay. You could put it on your elbows, anywhere that's rough. Yeah, and also on your feet. It's great for your feet. So I like products that are double duty. I don't like, like I said, I do a million different steps to the point where I forget what I'm doing. But where I literally am like, okay, did I forget something? But you don't need to do that in order for your skin to look good. You just need to be consistent. When you're not consistent, you can't expect to have results. And be sure to wash your face at night. A lot of people, they don't wash their face at night. They don't take off their makeup. That's a huge no-no.
No, I do that. I have those wipes. Just wipe everything off.
Okay, can I say something? After you do the wipe, you need to wash again. Okay. That's called a double cleanse. Right. Because just doing the wipe is just taking off your makeup. You then need to get everything else that's accumulated on your skin, pollution, dirt, junk, dead skin cells that have built up. Then you wash to take all that off.
Right. And then retinol, and then cream. Okay.
I can write it down.
No, you don't need to write it down. It's just the question is how, like, I have to time myself. I have to go, like, how fast can I do this regimen so that it's something that I will actually do, right? So like fitting it into a routine is what's important. And you have one more thing.
Oh, right. Well, this is a gift for you. Oh, it has my logo, and it's which we can't see. Here's my logo.
Okay, well, it says Hanah Tetro.
Hanah Tetro.
Right.
Tetro. But
Tetro, sorry.
It's a lip. It's a lip balm that actually Shoshana from the Jerusalem Soap Company, who's also in the same Facebook group with us, made especially for me.
This is beautiful.
Yeah. So thank you,
her things look fantastic. I've been wanting to try them.
Right. It's all natural. I've been actually giving them out as presents to my clients because it's winter. Yeah, and so anyhow, I want to give that to you also as a gift.
Thank you. So this is beautiful. This is from the Jerusalem Soap Company, and they have beautiful products. I don't know, you really can't see it very well, but look them up. But they have really nice branding, and let's open it and try it. Also, smell is really important, right? Yeah.
Right.
I'm just gonna feel. I have I have lipstick on, but it looks great, and it's very different to the generic stuff that you can get at Superfarm, right? So this is much nicer. Cocoa butter, beeswax, olive oil. Well, how nice, right? They're all ingredients that you can recognize.
Right, and they're organic ingredients too. Organic olive oil.
These are great gifts.
Yeah.
So we got two girls in at the same time. This is great. Two entrepreneurs in. Hi, Shoshana.
I didn't even tell her I was going to mention her. I'll send her a message after this.
Gorgeous. All right.
And
so
I like collaboration. I like the idea of collaborating with other entrepreneurs to always find. Later this week, I have a meeting with someone else from the group about her skincare products. And I'm always looking for something new to bring to my clients, something special that they can't find anywhere else. And also that's going to enhance their skincare routine. That's something that they're going to want to use. So that part's that's fun. And I also get approached because I write the skincare articles for about.com. I actually get approached, and I've been sending, lately I've been spraying bacteria on myself.
Excuse me. Okay. All right. So let's talk about this bacteria that this is the advanced. For now, up until now we talk basic. This is the advanced section.
All right. Okay. So it's a very interesting concept. It's an American company called Mother Dirt. A couple of years ago, if someone reads the New York Times, I actually read this article. It was about this woman this company, I think they were in Boston, they were developing this bacteria that instead of showering and cleaning yourself, you're going to douse yourself with skin-friendly bacteria. And she did this experiment for about a month, where she didn't shower.
She didn't? Oh.
Yeah. I showered. Anyhow, out of this experiment and this company came this other company called Mother Dirt, and they have this skin-friendly bacteria that comes like a spray. It feels like water on your skin. The whole idea behind it is we're too clean. We are constantly, there's a lot of, we can go on and on here about safe, not safe skincare ingredients. I have my own opinions about that. I'm not on the whole all-natural I'll be perfectly clear that I don't believe all-natural and all-organic is necessary. I don't believe that. It's not, you need preservatives in your skincare. Your skincare is going to not. But there is a thing where people are overdoing it. They're using, the FDA just banned a bunch of antibacterial soaps. The FDA's banned those ingredients now.
Okay, so this is really similar to taking antibiotics and then having to take probiotics afterwards, right?
Right. So what the whole company is saying is that we've stripped our skin of its ability to heal itself. So by putting this skin-friendly bacteria back on our skin, we're helping our skin heal itself and do its job that it's supposed to be doing because we've gone overboard. Now, when I got the products, I thought, am I really not going to put my peptides and my retinol all over my face? I did seriously consider for a little bit not doing it for about 5 minutes. So I can't give up all those products. So what I've been doing is I've been experimenting on my chest. And actually soon on my blog I'll have before and after pictures because I've had all this skin irritation on my chest that no matter what I've done. It's been actually very embarrassing to wear a shirt that would show it because
so it's like a little
little red bumps, which are not acne. They're skin irritation. I couldn't treat them with all the things I had. So I said, I'm going to start spraying and also once your skin behaves, it's healthy, it will be softer and smoother on its own. So I tried to get everyone in my family to use the bacteria. My husband and my son dropped out after a day and said, no way. My daughter's really small, so she doesn't have a choice. But I mainly did it on myself, and actually it's my chest pretty much cleared up, and so it's a really interesting idea. This is part of the innovation of skincare. Someone's always coming up with something new and interesting to spray bacteria on your skin, and your skin's also acne. That the good bacteria is going to fight the bad bacteria in your skin, and your skin's going to be clearer.
Really?
Yes.
Does it smell good?
It doesn't smell like anything. It's like spraying water on yourself. It's very odd.
Okay, so this is where my skepticism comes in. The theory sounds good, but is it possible that they're selling you water in a bottle?
I hope. Well, I hope no. I think they're a legit company. Sorry. No, I understand, but they also sell soaps, and they sent me soap and moisturizer too, which are nice. So pretty soon I'm gonna write a review about it.
Yeah, no, you're right. When you say it's a legit company, I'm sure they are. I don't mean to say something. I mean, but you have to think. What are they selling me? Because there's like they don't have FDA approval or something like that, right? So
the FDA approves ingredients. They don't approve products. Here in Israel, the Ministry of Health approves a product. You'll have here. For instance, you'll see here. If I can find it here, it says here that they have a license from the Ministry of Health because this is an Israeli skincare product. In the United States, the FDA just approves ingredients. So it's the Wild West. It's still the Wild West when it comes to products from the United States. And but there literally are products where they'll tell diamonds in a moisturizer. Don't believe it. Never heard of it. Yeah, there was one that was like moon dust. No, seriously.
You know what? If you believe that there's moon dust in there, you deserve to pay $100 for that.
Yeah, it's like they're asking a lot more. It was like rocks that fell out of the. Seriously, this was a serious thing. So there's certain things. There's actually a wonderful, amazing. They're actually from Chicago too, so I like their accents. Makes me reminds me of home. There's a website called the Beauty Brains. And they're two cosmetic chemists. So they're extremely scientific. You can write to them and they answer questions. They have podcasts. So if you're wondering, is this legit? Go on thebeautybrains.com, look through their posts, send them a question, and they will talk about all that. They really cut through all the marketing ridiculousness about skincare products. But that's why also it's good, instead of trying to figure it out on your own, talk to someone most estheticians, right, and most estheticians will consult with you, will do a consultation for free. A treatment's going to cost you money. Buying a product's going to cost you money, of course. But most estheticians are more than happy to talk to you one-on-one. It's always helpful. I've done consultations with people by email and over Facebook. It's always helpful to see a picture. I can't help you as much without a picture.
So let's get into the business side of having your own business, your clinic, right? So this is something that I find very interesting. So how did you start it, and how did you get your first clients, and what do you do now for marketing? Other than, well, you already mentioned that you write for about.com, which is a good marketing strategy. No, no, it's a bad marketing.
No. Okay, so I have a problem in my business is that I have a blog in English and I write for about.com in English. So I have an audience in the United States, and I actually have a Facebook page for my blog that has almost 1,000 likes. It took me a lot. I never did anything about it. It took slowly, but almost every day I get a new like.
How long have you had that for?
7 years.
Okay.
So people there see me as a skincare expert, but I have no way I haven't made any money off of it. I do get paid by about.com, of course. Okay. So I have a lot of ideas for 2017 about how to finally take advantage of that audience in the United States who sees me as an expert, because those people aren't going to come to me for a facial here in Kfar Saba. So what I'm going to put into place this year is I'm going to do Skype skincare sessions I'll send you a very detailed questionnaire about your skin, and then we can talk on Skype, and then I will send you product recommendations and skincare routine recommendation, because I know American skincare products very well. I know what's coming out and what's new and what's already established and has a good reputation. So that's something that I've always had this problem. Is I do one thing, but it doesn't translate into my business here in Israel.
I think that's a fantastic idea. I really like to have. I think businesses have to have a number of components, not just you have a physical like brick and mortar shop basically, but having an online presence means that if one goes down, the other can go up, and the opposite, right? You're not putting all of your eggs in one basket, and also your location independent, which is very important.
That's great. So for my clients in Kfar Saba, I'll be very honest. I'm still trying to figure out the best marketing strategy. I've tried different things. When we first moved back to Israel almost 5 years ago, I worked at the Malon Daniel, which is in Herzliya Pituach, for about 8 months, and I always had this dream to be my own boss. So finally I said to my husband, I called him one day and I said, I can't take it anymore. That's it.
That's what it takes.
Right. And I opened up my own, in a little room in my house, and immediately got pregnant after many years of struggling with
that room.
No. Actually, it was a good thing, because
the sanctuary.
This is something totally different. It's probably, I don't know if you ever talk about this, but I struggled with infertility for 4 years. So
we haven't, but,
right, yeah. So I finally opened up the business. Yeah. She's 2.5. So it worked out, right? Yeah. So it was interesting, because I actually left that job, and immediately the fertility treatment worked, which I think do have to go.
Probably.
Yes. So my business was kind of dormant for 2 years, because the pregnancy was more. I realize now in retrospect, the pregnancy was so important to me that I sort of tried to market myself. I also know zero. I have to say, having studied art history, I've never took a business class in my entire life. So I'm trying to play catch up. Trying to understand what marketing is, trying to understand how to run a business. I've taken courses, and I've tried to read a lot, and I talk to people. So one of the main ways people come to me is word of mouth, which is wonderful, because that means if someone came to you by word of mouth, that means the person who recommended you is really happy with you. So it's a big compliment. It's just very slow.
Okay, so we need to work on your marketing tactics a little bit, especially like local marketing tactics. And the other thing is what do you do with all your bookkeeping? How do you take care of all of that side of business?
So I finally have an Excel spreadsheet where I put in how much I earned and how much I came each month, and how much I spent. And then once a year, I send it all to my accountant.
So it's like calculus. Right. But this is fine. As long as it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be something fancy. It just has to be something clear, right? And you have to be able to send invoices to your clients. You have to be able to,
that I write. That's still done by hand. Another thing, talking about marketing, I started to realize, actually, I have a friend of mine in my neighborhood. There's a lot of local networking groups, even in my neighborhood in Kfar Saba, and I have a friend who did a lot more networking, face-to-face networking than me, and she said to me, I'm kind of a little bit shy, and I kind of would hide if I could. So she said, people need to see you. And so I decided in 2017 I'm going to do more networking and more face-to-face networking with people. And so people
that's fantastic, because first of all, I would never have guessed that you feel shy, because you don't come off as shy. And also you approached me, I'm going to say, because which I think is fantastic. I love that, because you're bringing yourself forward. You're putting yourself probably not in the most comfortable place to be for you. It's not something you usually do. But you're putting yourself out there. You're hustling. You're marketing yourself, and you probably get some clients this way, and you did a great job, right? We talked about oncology treatments, which is a very special thing, and you're going to be teaching that, and you have some very interesting products, plus the cooperation with other entrepreneurs, right? There's so many different ways that people can be involved with your work. So you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Okay, so
I'm trying.
It's going to work.
You're right.
And it's already working.
Right. I think also patience. You have to have so much patience. There's going to be bad days. There's going to be great days. And the bad days, to find some way to pick yourself up. like a family, right? Or a friend, or affirmations. I don't, I listen to a lot of American, like Louise Hay and Gabrielle Bernstein and all those people who they kind of, find something on YouTube, pick yourself up, say, I'm going to be okay. Works. Yeah, if that's what you need. Everyone has something that picks themselves up, but like you said at the beginning, it's always ups and downs, up and down.
Just last question about your business. How do you deal with having your business inside your home with your kids and babysitting, and what do you do with that?
So my hours are around my children's schedule. Mm-hmm. That's a sacrifice that I make now that they're small. And they're 9 and 2.5. Mm-hmm. So between 4 and 8, I don't work, except on Sundays. My husband comes home early. Also, my husband works very long hours, so I can't see clients so I can see clients in the morning and the early afternoon, then take a break, and then I'll see a client at 8 or one client in the evening at 8 or 8:30. They can come, and it actually works for I have a lot of working mothers who are my clients, so they're happy to have that. And Friday mornings, I have about 3 or 4 hours when the kids are gone and at school where I can see clients also. So I work. That's my sacrifice that I can't, but my clientele at the moment it's very rare for someone to ask to come at 5 or 6 because most of my clients are moms. So it works out okay. And I learned that it's okay to say to people, I'm with my kids. I say to people, I'm with my kids. My husband's not at home. This is what happens in the afternoons. And
I don't see this as a problem. Not even a little problem, right? I think it's a very legitimate scheduling. You have a lot of available hours. I don't think, especially if you add a nighttime, like late evening, an appointment, then somebody I work all day, but I'm independent, so I can come whenever I want. But let's say you can't, then I don't see any of that as a problem. Right. So that you've worked around that really well. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
No. Well, yes. If you're in, I should promote myself. Right. If you're live in the Sharon area, most of my clients come from the Sharon area. Please come see me in Kfar Saba.
How can they find you? What's your URL?
So I have a website in English and in Hebrew. Hanah Tetro, HANAHTETRO.com, or my phone number is 054.
Let's just leave that off.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You can try all the 054 numbers in Israel. Okay. No, it's best not to put it on. Okay. So, but they can easily find you through your website or maybe Facebook even.
Yes. Right. Yes. I'm in all those places.
Okay. All right, great. Hanah, it's so much fun to have you here and doing our Strong Women's Live today. And thank you so much for the gifts. It was very, very thoughtful of you. And I must say, I like this one from the Jerusalem Soap Company. Fun product. I wanted to try your stuff. So what a pleasure to have you. Thank you.
Thank you.